Hi folks, today we're going to look at geometric sequences and we're going to look at some styles of question that you're likely to be asked. I always start out by writing my formula up in the top right corner. If you're using an IB textbook, they use U instead of T and A, but it's the same basic formula. Let's look at the first style of question, the simplest type. Find the specified term. For this, what we want to do is work out what the equation is for this particular problem. So we need to know what A is and R. A is easy, it's our first term here. R, we can use any pair of these numbers and we divide the second number by the first, or we could divide the third by the second. We do this and we keep it as fractions because with sevenths, we're just not going to get nice decimals. So stick to fractions and we end up with R is a third, which means that now we know what our formula is. Then we're just going to put in 6, which means T6 equals 15 on 7 times 1/3. This is n minus 1, so it's 6 minus 1, so it's 5. Again, we keep everything as fractions. We cross cancel to make things simpler as we go. And we end up with our answer here. Not particularly nice fraction, but we'll leave it as a fraction now. The second style of question, we're given the first term is 2 and the sixth term is 4/8/6. And we need now to find the common ratio. There are several ways to do this question. If it works, it works. We go with it. This is one method. We're told that A equals 2. We don't know what R is. We know that T6 equals 4/8/6. So that means that our equation for this is going to be Tn equals 2, R, we don't know what that is yet, n minus 1. We put in the values that we've got. We know that T6 is 4/8/6, so we put that in here. 2 we know is our first term, and we leave R here. We're trying to find R now, and it's to the 5 because it's 6 minus 1. And that means that now we can solve the problem and work out what R is. We find 243 equals R to the 5. Now, if you use this button on your calculator, you can find the fifth root. It's like using this for the cubed root, the squared root, and this for the cubed root. This button here allows you to find any root up there. So here we're going to use it to find the fifth root. So you put your number in this case we go 243, we hit this button on the calculator, we put 5 in for that y value and equals, and we get R equals 3. The third type of question we'll look at is one which is a bit more complicated. We're told a geometric sequence has T2 equals a certain number and T4 equals another number. We have to find T8. Now, the problem we have here is that we have two variables we are trying to work out. We're trying to find A and R. But what we can do is we can set up simultaneous equations based on what we've got. We know that T2 equals 1 on 2 root 2 is equal to A times R to the 1, because it's 2 minus 1. We know that T4 is equal to root 2 is equal to A times r to the 3. Now, when we have two variables and two equations, we can do simultaneous equations. The easiest way to do this is to rearrange both to make a here the subject. And then we know that a is equal to a. So what we can have is this, which is our T2 arrangement here, is equal to a, is equal to this, which is our T4 arrangement here. And now we have a set of equations. We can just solve for r. So we rearrange and we do r3 divided by r is r squared. This side here we've got square root of 2 divided by 1 on 2 root 2, which I've just done my maths over here, and I get it's 4, which means that r squared is equal to 4, and we go r has got to be 2. Now we have what r is, we can substitute it back into any of our equations up here and find a. And I put it into this one just because it was nicer numbers. So I find that a is equal to root 2 on 8, which means that now I know what my equation is. Tn equals a here times r to the n minus 1. So now all I need to do is put my values in to find T8. And I put those in, I simplify it, and I get my answer there. I'll do the next step in another video. Thank you.